So shifting gears now back to what's happening in Israel at this hour, and we want to take a look at these reported leaked comments from Secretary of State Blinken during his meeting with Israel's war cabinet. This is a translation of reporting by Israel's Channel 12 that was published by The Times in Israel. It says Israel's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, quoted as saying the following: "The entire Israel society is united behind the goal of dismantling Hamas, even if it takes months." Blinken's reported response: "I don't think you have the credit for that." So with that, we bring in John Kirby, NSC Coordinator for Strategic Communications. John, always good to have you with us. Thank you very much for joining us today. What does the Secretary of State mean by "you don't have the credit for a months-long war," John?
Well, I certainly can't confirm the reports that he actually said that, and I wouldn't talk about private diplomatic conversations anyway, Martha. What I can tell you is President Biden has been clear, and Secretary Blinken too. We're going to continue to support Israel as they fight to defend themselves against a quite clearly genocidal threat posed by Hamas, and that security assistance to Israel, it's still flowing, even though right now we're in the pause has been lifted in the fighting, and we're not able to get humanitarian assistance in anywhere near the scope that we had hoped.
So, in the second part of this, Blinken says you can't operate in southern Gaza the way you did in the north, and you've said that too. So if you're not willing to back up what he said, very clear translation here. You've also said this, but the question becomes, if Israel goes its own way here in the South, which looks to be underway already, what will the White House do?
Well, what I've said publicly, and then Secretary Blinken too, is that we want to make sure that as the Israelis pursue operations in the South, that they have done so in full acknowledgement of the extra burden they have to take care of the civilian population down there and make sure that they aren't harmed and that they minimize civilian casualties as well as damage to civilian infrastructure like hospitals. But that doesn't mean we're pulling our support from Israel and their military operations. Quite the contrary. As I said, that security assistance continues to flow. Now, I'm not going to get into a hypothetical about what will or won't happen. They know that they've got this president's support, this administration's support, as they take the fight to Hamas and the leadership. But obviously, we want to see them act in accordance with the law of war. And I'll tell you this, the Israelis have said themselves that they intend to take that sort of approach. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, but I guess what matters is whether or not you both interpret it the same way, because they essentially say that they did all of those precautions in the north. And now the White House team is saying, don't do in the South what you did in the north. That sounds like an admonishment, a warning, John. I mean, it's pretty clear that the White House doesn't want to see it happen in the South the way it happened in the north. So my question is, what backs that up? What if they go about it in the exact same way, which actually Yoav Gallant said they were going to do?
Well, first of all, we're not admonishing Israel, our friend and partner who is in a fight literally for their lives and their livelihoods. That's not an admonishment. We have since the very beginning, Martha, talked to them about the need to minimize civilian casualties, and we're still having that conversation with them. I couldn't possibly, at this early stage here, the pause just ended last night, I couldn't possibly anticipate or speculate about what their military operations in the South are going to look like. They have already taken steps just in the last few hours to inform the people of Gaza of where military operations might be occurring and to warn them to stay out of that area. That's a good thing, and that's certainly in keeping with the kinds of things we've been urging them to do, but let's see how this unfolds.
So this is a tweet from Mark Dubowitz, who's a very well-known Iran expert, the CEO of the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies, which they describe as a nonpartisan research institute. He says Biden administration is setting the stage to abandon Israel. What started off as, quote, "we're totally with you in destroying Hamas," which is as bad as ISIS, is deteriorating into, quote, "you don't have our support unless you can dismantle Hamas very quickly and with very limited civilian casualties." He says that is impossible.
Well, with all due respect to Mr. Dubowitz, we're here at the White House. We're having these conversations. We're involved almost on a daily basis with our Israeli counterparts. There's no going wobbly. There's no walking away from Israel. I mean, if you go back to the speech the president gave in Tel Aviv on the 17th of October, just a week or so after the attacks on the 7th of October, he said publicly to the Israeli people, we don't want to see you act out in rage. We've done that. We don't want to see you make the same mistakes that we have.
I don't know what that meant. Can you tell me what that comment meant? I mean,
it meant that
as you talking about
pursue,
Afghanistan, talking about the follow-up on ISIS and al-Qaeda?
It meant that as you pursue operations against Hamas, be as deliberate, as careful as you can, but also as targeted as you can, as precise as you can, and not to act simply out of the rage which everybody, including us, were feeling on the 7th of October. So again, with all due respect to his expertise and his experience, I'm in the middle of these conversations, and I can tell you we're not walking away. We're not setting the stage to walk away from Israel. We continue to support them. We know they've got a right and responsibility to do this, and we're going to be with them.
What about the question of Iran? We all remember President Biden and the vice president when asked, what about the other players in the region? And I think that's a clear indication. I think we can agree that question is about Iran. The response was don't. And from Kamala Harris as well, don't. And then we watched, I think, 75 some attacks on U.S. bases, and there was some response for that. It's very interesting that during this ceasefire period, there was only one, and no one was injured. Doesn't that indicate that it is Iran who is the puppet string holder in all of this? So during the ceasefire, suddenly none of this happens?
And Martha, I don't think that we can show connective tissue between the pause and the fact that you only had one attack on U.S. or perceived to be on U.S. Forces. Look, our message is clear. No other actor, state or non-state, should look at widening and deepening this conflict. And we haven't seen anybody dive in and go all in to help Hamas here in this conflict. And we think that in large part is due to the extra force posture that President Biden has added to the region. Now, look, I'm not going to deny we've seen some additional attacks on our troops in Iraq and in Syria and certainly in the maritime environment. And we're responding, and we will continue to respond appropriately to protect our folks and our facilities.
Okay. John Kirby, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.